Send me a link so I can share.
Will do. We are on. This is Left-Handed with a lot to say. Yes, I'm the Lot in the Left-Handed Lot to Say. I'm James Lott Jr. This is the Left-Handed podcast. And I want to thank everybody so much for, for watching and listening, because you can find us on all your favorite podcast streaming services and YouTube, JLJ Media. It's been wonderful. I want to thank you again for everyone who showed up for the Left-Handed special episode. I did 13 facts about being left-handed. So, Alan, you got to watch that. It's really good. That I learned myself. I was like, oh, I never knew that. Very interesting. We've had many presidents who are left-handed and a lot of celebrities who are left-handed. But I talk to everyone, as you know, on the show. And as somebody, this guy, I'm amazed by him, and he's a friend of mine. He's a producer and host of The Locher Room. He does all these interviews with all these soap stars from past and present, doing a lot of reuniting, and it's just wonderful. And it's a lot of hard work. So he's left-handed too, my friend Alan Locher. Hi, Alan.
Hey, James. I am certainly left-handed.
Yes. Well, did you, I always ask everybody, did you have a time when you realized you were different than others in terms of your handedness, or did you not notice?
That's interesting. I noticed that I write maybe more like a right-handed person, meaning I always am amazed watching the left-handed ones who,
yes.
I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
I write, I don't want to say it's normal. I just write, my hand doesn't curve around to help. But I'm sort of ambidextrous, not that I could fully, write beautifully with my right hand, but there's things I can do with my right hand, that makes it,
Are you the only left-handed person in your immediate family?
Yes, oh God, I don't actually even know that off the top of my head in my immediate family.
See? Okay.
That's a great question. I mean, I think I am. Wow, I'm now you're gonna make me call my sister after this. I told you, she told me that it was,
Left-Handers Day.
Left-handed Day. Yep, she sent me a thing saying Happy Left-Handed Day. Oh God, I really don't know that now.
You're the first person of all these episodes to not know. It's funny because most left-handed people, they'll say, well, yeah, I noticed I'm the only one. There's nobody else in my family. I mean, or my mother is, or my father is. You're the first person to say, I'm not sure.
It's been so long that I've been, my parents have been gone for a number of years, and my sister doesn't live near me either, but I'm pretty sure I am, but I'm going to get back to you on that.
We'll do a follow-up.
And might be even a little embarrassed if anybody is. But,
that's so funny. But I mean, so as a kid, who taught you how to tie your shoes and stuff? I mean, was there anybody who taught you how to do it, or were you able to pick it up?
I mean, I'm sure it was my mother and father. My sister's 5 years older than me. I'm sure she helped, for sure that she helped, because she, especially in the younger years, she took care of me, because she loved having until I became a brat, she loved having a younger brother.
Yeah. Well, it's funny for me. I'm one of many kids, but I had a younger brother who was left-handed. So when I was a kid, I had to learn how to tie my own shoe, because they were trying to show me, and they kept saying, well, just do the opposite of me. Well, that's not how left-handed people, that's not how our brain works. Right. It's like, tell a right-handed person, just do the opposite of me. That doesn't work that way. So I taught myself, but then my brother came to go teach a brother. And because he was left-handed. So it made it easier for him, because I could just copy what I'm doing. So it's like little things.
So many questions I'm going back to my sister with.
I got you thinking. Let's do a follow-up episode.
You certainly did.
Mm-hmm.
You really, really did.
Do you notice other left-handed people when you're in a room? Yeah, do. So,
yeah, I definitely do. And a lot of times it is because of, I find it fascinating, this part of being a lefty. You don't see right-handed people do that. But, I do, because I don't write that way, so that I definitely notice when it stands out to me.
Yeah, I know. My mother would say, well, you write like a regular person. I said, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. My brother writes the same way too. We both write the same way. So we don't write but I noticed to avoid the ink. I know that's kind of how that started. But for me, I get the ink on I don't carry the ink on well, I don't really get it much anymore, but I do get ink in my hands sometimes.
Yeah, I used to too, a lot. And I always, got complimented because I had really beautiful handwriting, people would tell me.
I like it. That's the same here. So I like that. Because I noticed also, like when you go to restaurants stuff, do you actually look at where your seating is?
It depends if I am next to somebody else who, who's a righty, and then,
Is that funny? It's like people don't realize there's
it,
things like this that we have to, like, we automatically think about, like bumping elbows. I told you, I always sit at the ends of tables a lot of times because, I want to make sure that I don't, I would say but it's
well,
just, you're back on. You're back on.
yeah.
We were frozen for a second. But no, but the funny thing is, I always sit at the ends of tables. I know kind of where I need to sit because, I want to make sure that I'm a left. If I feel another lefty, I'm like, oh, we're together, arms. Well, it's kind of, so it's a weird, like, automatic thing for me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know for you, like.
Yeah, I don't know that it's automatic. I notice if I'm, about to bump into, somebody sitting next to them at a restaurant, then I know if somebody sits down and they're a righty and I'm a lefty and we're bumping elbows.
Yes. Did anybody ever try to make you right-handed?
No.
Oh, good.
No. But I try myself to just write, I've perfected,
How are you
to
with
be
your
able
right hand? How are you with your right hand?
I can write, I use it, like I said, I'm ambidextrous, so I think I cut scissors with my right hand sometimes.
Oh, wow.
I have written with my right hand, not, not as neatly with my left hand,
Yes.
but I do.
A lot of folks say that left-hand people are more prone to be ambidextrous because we have to kind of adapt to the rest of the world because there's less of us out there. I'm a true left-hand person. I can't do much more. I mean, I can bowl with my right hand. I bowl that way.
Yeah, I don't think I've looked into it as much. So, is there a reason why there are less?
I did some of the research. There was no scientific reasons why. They're just that some people are born with that disposition, with the left thing. I'm gonna continue researching because I want to know too. This show can help me.
You've just made me fascinated by it.
I'm opening your eyes and your
You really are.
I'm opening your right brain for your left-handed side. Don't neglect your left-handed side. You're left-handed.
I'm going to read about this the minute we're done.
I told you. I was telling him off camera. I said, doing this show has been very eye-opening for me, even as a left-handed person, that things will, like, okay, for example, one of the guests on our show, Alicia Sutton Jones, was saying that her husband always kind of like you always put the stuff in the closet facing this way. And it's like, oh, because he's right-handed, she's left-handed. She has things facing the way a left-handed person would grab it and look at it.
Oh,
he goes the opposite way. So they had to go like separate sides so that one side is hers, the left-handed way. Or the pots on a stove. Which side do you tend to go to first? I know the thing is usually on the right side, but do you tend, like my teapot, I have on the right-hand side. So I grab it with my left hand.
It might be where the stove is in my house because it's near a door, but I definitely use the left burner every morning. I mean, that's all I use is the left burner. Left front burner. I make eggs every morning, egg whites, and that's where the frying pan sits. So
see, but it's easy because you can use your left hand, and that's the whole thing. I think
totally.
That's I've been to a left-handed kitchen. I didn't know it at first. I walked in. I'm like, why does this oddly seem normal? Like the way the flow of it went from the counter to the stove to where everything was placed, and it was a house of left-handed people.
I love it.
And I was just like, oh, like does your refrigerator open to your left or to your right?
It has two doors, so it opens left and right.
Then you're good then. Mine was to the left. I mean, my brother and I.
But my kitchen's so old. That's before the pool is the kitchen. Just FYI. So
trust me, I just updated my kitchen. I love a good kitchen. My brother and I are left-handed. So and it's funny, our refrigerator opens with our left hand. We just open it. It's like, oh, people are like, really? It doesn't go the other way. No, it goes the other way.
So funny.
And we didn't even plan that. But I think
that's crazy.
So I mean, so no one's really talked to you about your left-handedness when you're out and about, like over the years, where I go, oh, you're left-handed too. But like, no one's really I'm first, aren't I? Yeah. That's so funny.
No.
That's funny. There's a thought that left-handed people are more creative. That's why they're in the creative arts. I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are. If you think that handedness, brainness would actually have anything to do with that.
I know that there's a lot of talk about that with your left and your right brain and all of that. And, you know, you and I are definitely creative. I mean, I love photography in terms of art. You know, photography is one of my favorite things, hobby-wise.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't know if it's, I've gotten mixed reaction on here, like, oh, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I know for me, I do know a lot of people who are left-handed.
drawing, no.
Same
Not
here.
not a skill in this left hand at all. I wish.
Same here.
You know.
I had to talk about that with somebody, and then somebody commented, well, I'm left-handed, I can draw. I'm not saying nobody left-handed can draw, but I said, I know a lot of left-handed people who say they can't draw, but I'm sure there are people out there who can. But you're not the first person to say that on the show. I can't.
Visually, eyes, like, you know, photography, using the hand to draw.
That's so funny. I know, it's so funny.
I'm not going to make millions as an artist.
I do paint, but I'm not a drawer. I can paint stuff. I'm not a
I mean, I'm you know, mesmerized by people who can and who can just take a pen to paper and you know, create something. But
and just in general, have you always been a creative person?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. You know, art, like I said, I've been doing photography since I was 13.
But also going
You know,
into going into entertainment, you know, you worked for Guy and Light Natural Turns for years.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I was a page at ABC. That's how I started my career. So I've really been, you know, since a sophomore in college working in a creative field.
I don't think I asked you this in our other interview we did. Did you ever want to be an actor or be on screen?
Yeah, I did. I did. I did it in college a little, and studied after, but because I got a job as a page for ABC and liked making money, I think I like making money, you know, so it was weird because, you know, I was working in the entertainment industry, which I wanted, and then to sort of give up a paying job to sort of hit the pavement. You know.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know,
and I loved the camaraderie. I loved, you know, the theater things that I did do in college. I loved that, you know, experience, but I just never went at it full time.
I thought I wanted to, and I was like, I do a few things here and there, but I like being behind the scenes. I like being a host. I like being a producer. I like being behind the scenes. I was like, I don't want to be that.
And I didn't know I would like that, but I do as well.
Thank you, COVID virus. You learn all kinds of stuff in this time period. You learn it.
COVID teaches you new things. It
sure
does.
Did. And folks, he is the Locher Room. You can follow Locher Room on all social media platforms, on the YouTube channel, the Locher Room, and that's LOCHER. So not like.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
But
now, thank you for my afternoon study session on left-handedness.
We're going to do a follow-up at some point down the road. We say, okay, what did you learn, Alan? What did you come up with? You
okay.
I don't know.
I'll fill you in on the family. I'll get back to you on that.
I'm very curious. I am curious. I am curious if your sister, or does she have any kids or anything?
She does.
I wonder if one of them is.
I'll find out. I'll find out.
Or if she knows if one of your parents was, or grandparents.
Yeah, she'll remember. Or my brother-in-law. He's got a better memory than all of us.
Yeah, he had the historians in your family. Talk to them. See what's going on.
Exactly.
So Alan Locher, you guys, this is a lot of help. This is a lot. Left-handed with a lot to say. Thank you, Alan, for being on the show. I know this is crazy. All these shows, whatever. But so the show is on all streaming services, YouTube, JLJ Media. Go ahead, and thanks to all the left-handed groups. Let me share this in their groups on Facebook. I really appreciate it, and all the left-handed folks out there who support this. If you are left-handed and want to share your story, please contact me. Whenever you see this video, just contact below and tell me how to get in touch with you. And don't give me your home number like that, but tell me if it's an email or something like that, or probably message me. And I will get back to you and bring you on the show. I've had people on the show that actually watch the show, so it's open to anybody who is left-handed with a story. I'm James Lott Jr. Everybody, please take care of yourselves and have compassion and enjoy your left-handedness.